Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Mang-Gust, Volume 2. Coming in at number 16, we have Monster Musume. Now, this manga would be higher up on the list if it weren't for one thing. The mangaka takes half a year to put out a single chapter. It is so it is so irritating how long it takes for a single chapter to release. Um, I remember there was an arc that the series went through um, called the Assassin arc, and it lasted for about 3.5 volumes. Um, and it was like 16 chapters, and it took normally it's one chapter per month, so you'd think that it would take a little more than a year to do that. Nope, it took almost 4 years to get through that one arc. Almost 4 years. And it was such an egregiously long wait. And that's the way it is. That's the way it's been for Monster Musume. To the point where it's been over a year. It has been more than a year since the last volume released. Let me actually bring that up real quick. Let's see. It was released. Oh, it's been close to 2 years. It was released in mid-December of 2020. Mid-December of 2020. And just to give you a just to give you an idea of how long you have to wait. All right, here we go. Volume 17 is currently scheduled to release on December 20th this year, 2022. 2 years after Volume 16 released. 2 years. It is incredibly irritating that it takes this long for 4 or 5 chapters to be released and be placed in a volume that can then be sold. It is just so obnoxious. It is so obnoxious. I love this series. I want to continue reading it, but there's nothing to read because it takes several months for a single chapter to release. It is just horrendous. And the thing is, the author, the mangaka, Okayado, canceled another series that he was working on so that he would have more spare time to work on Monster Musume. He canceled a manga that I really love in order to work on Monster Musume. It doesn't seem like he's working on it. So I would not be this irritated by the lack of chapters and volumes for Monster Musume if it weren't for the fact that him giving us more chapters and volumes is exactly the reason why he canceled my favorite series from him. He's made a few different series. There was one that was about something at like Monster Girls at an amusement park or something like that. And then the daily lives of Monster Girls was another. And then Monster Masumi. Um, and then there was one about a witch. There was one about a witch. And the fifth one, which I will not say the title of because that's going to be the next video. But he's worked on 5 different mangas so far, to my knowledge, and 3 of those were each like 1 volume. Well, the Daily Lives of Monster Girls was 4 volumes long, but the other 2 were both a single volume. They did not last. And Monster Masumi is incredibly popular. The anime is incredibly popular. I would think that the mangaka, after canceling his only other manga at that time, I would think that he would have enough time to make several chapters of Monster Masumi. But alas, he does not. And did I have Monster Masumi in my list? I did not. In my anime season 5, I did not have it. But yeah. So to actually go into the plot of Monster Masumi, then, for any of you who doesn't know, it is basically monster girls are real, and they want your babies. That is essentially it. In one sentence, monster girls are real, and they want to reproduce. A bunch of monster species have been discovered, and humanity and monster species are trying to coexist. And so a cultural exchange program was initiated, and so monsters from the monster world will come over to the human world and live with host families in order to try to understand what it would be like to coexist with humans. And Kurusu, our main protagonist, is one such host family. Not because he signed up, but because the agent assigned to one of these monster girls got the address wrong and just wound up dumping her with him. She's not very good at her job, as you'll learn throughout the series. And this is not the only time she does this. It happens several times. 7 times, to be exact. All of them are different types of monster species with various personalities, strengths, weaknesses, and chest sizes. If you think me bringing up their chest sizes is a little weird, oh, don't worry. The manga brings it up several times. At the end of every single volume, it shows you the different girls that you met throughout the volume and tells you exactly what their bust size is. Yeah, I mean, it's a horny manga. What else can you expect? But yeah, he begins living his life with a bunch of monster girls, and ends up creating his own little harem. Again, not intentionally. He's just such a nice guy that he's such a nice guy, and sees all of these girls not as monsters but as people. He doesn't even view them as monsters. He just sees them as girls. And that's enough to win the hearts of all 7 of these girls. Yeah, that's basically the basic plot. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, go ahead and read it or watch the anime. To be honest, I cannot fully recommend people go read the manga because just given how long it takes for a single chapter to come out, I can't in good conscience recommend it. I would sooner recommend that everybody go watch the anime. Watch the 12 episode anime. It also got 2 OVAs. So watch all 14 of those videos, all 14 of those episodes, and that should be enough. Those 14 episodes should be plenty to tide you over. And eventually, I keep hearing that the anime is going to get a second season. Don't know when that's going to be, but I keep hearing that it's going to happen. So hopefully it does. And once the manga finishes up, then sure, I'll be able to recommend it. But I can't in good conscience recommend it while it is still going, because I know just how long people have to wait between each individual chapter. It is an egregiously long wait, and I don't think any newcomer should have to deal with that. I feel like it's going to turn a lot of people away. So watch the anime, and then once the manga ends, then go ahead and read it. But only after the manga is over. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Apologies. The reason why I didn't put out any videos the last couple of days was because I have been sick. My throat was feeling a little better today, so I wanted to put out at least one video today. But still not 100%. So I think I was going to put out a second video today, but I don't think my voice is going to last long enough for that. So I will be back to finish Mang-Gust as soon as I'm better, and I will make up for the lost time. I will be doing 2 videos a day until I catch up and get to a point where I'm safe again. But I'm gonna take it easy until then. So I hope you all understand, and hope you all look forward to the next video, number 15. All right. Take care, everybody.